guys, my name is Neel and welcome to Java Zone. In this episode, we're going to be learning about the topic variables. But before we learn about variables, let us just recap about public static void main stringers. What we learned in our previous episode. And if you haven't watched part 2, I'll probably recommend you to check it out. Links probably in the description. So, a public is basically it's used by JVM to directly access the public, so that it's easy for the JVM to access the public. That's the reason the keyword public is public. Static key is whenever the JVM takes the main method, because JVM mainly takes the main method. The first thing it takes from the code is the main method. So static is set by main, and it basically invokes it without insisting in the class. So it helps the main method. Void basically tells the interpreter to not expect any return type, or it won't give any return type. Main is basically used to represent the method. And also a note, in C++, main is written outside the class, but in Java it's written inside the class, because to represent that it's a programming object-oriented programming language. String answer is used. It's basically used to take the command lines. But before I tell you a bit more about stringers, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why the string args are not int args or anything else? The reason is because if you write int args, and you write for example, string is equals to Suhaas, the int won't accept it and it will show it as an error. You can write it, but there will be an error if you write a string. But the reason we write string is because string can accept integers as well as string. So that's the reason it's known as string args and not int args. So now that we have basically had a recap about public static void main string args, let's go into variables. But before we go into variables, let me tell you about a small topic. It's not important, but it's certainly worth to know. It's known as stack and heap. So for an example, let me write you a program with multiple methods. So this is a class with multiple methods. Now stack and heap stack basically takes the methods, right? It takes the first method and keeps it in last, right? It follows FILO, first in, last out, second method and third method. So what does the heap do? The heap stores the integer, the objects. So this is how stack and heap works. So now that we know how stack and heap basically works, let's go into variables. But before we go, a small note, while doing the interpreter, while interpreting the code, it removes stack and heap, if it's the first method and it's read the first method, it removes the first method, and it also removes the heap. So it becomes easy for JVM for garbage collection. So, let's talk about the main reason this class is being taken. Variables. So there are three types of variables. Local, instance, and static. So these are the three types of variables. So local is written within a method. Instance is written within a class. Static is basically static. And also it is written as static, like, let me tell you. Like, while writing local and instance variables, you probably write like int x is equals to 10, for example. But if you write static, you have to write static int. So that's how we write. Static int is equals static int x, etc. So that's how we write static int. Now, how are they accessed, right? It is accessed directly. It is accessed. It is accessed like through object, like the object accesses it. This can be accessed directly also, just like local. So this is basically local, instance and static. But to get a better example, let me show you an example. Okay. So this example, it may have an error, but probably not. Public static void main, Suhaas. Also, fun fact, stringers, you must have heard stringers, right in the square brackets, before arcs and after arcs. So what is the difference between both of them? Nothing. It's basically wrote like this or this, but you can write it anyway. There won't be any error, probably. So this is basically a small simple class, right? You know what, let us just print system.out.print line. So this, static int is basically a static variable. This is an instance variable. This is local variable. I probably told this in episode 1, but my handwriting is bad, so if you're new around here, sorry about my handwriting, and also don't forget to subscribe. So this is static instance because it's written inside the class, and this is local because it's written inside the method. So there you have it. This is basically the variables topic. In the next video, we'll discuss about data types. The two types of data types, which are primitive and non-primitive. But still, if you're new around here or you've been watching my videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out any new videos. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.